Today is April 22nd. The rundown, we're back on Barstool approved networks. Let's start with this Hardo Cup. Basically, just tripping people as they run onto the field. High school, women's, girls, I guess you call high school girls. Girls state championship soccer match. Big Cat, what do you got on this dude?
So yesterday we had the whole discussion.
What is that?
That's my dog. Yesterday we had the whole discussion about whether picking your nose and fart jokes are funny. Tripping someone is always funny. I saw it and I laughed out loud. So always for the trip. My dog sees something in the window. What do you want me to do? You want to start? Let's start over. Stop!
This is a live show. KFC?
Stop.
I think if you're storming the field for your high school women's girls soccer championship, you deserve to be tripped, you deserve to be kicked, punched, anything, all of the above. I'm with the cop on this one.
Yeah, what's funny is, I mean, he's just doing it to be like an asshole, obviously, because there's probably 200 people who rush onto the field. He can't stop it, so he's just trying to knock down whoever he can. The funniest part, the person he tripped, the one he got really good, you see that, I don't know, is it a guy or a girl? I got confused. Limping back off the field, that was the highlight for me. I mean, the guy's got to be suspended. It's an asshole move, but I was rooting for everybody to get tripped and seriously injured at the same time. Number two, Big Cat is like in heaven with this story. Our boy here, Darren Ravel, has been suspended from Twitter. I don't know if it's self-imposed or what's going on, but he posted the super fat guy taking up 2 seats, and it's been downhill from there for our boy Darren Ravel. Big Cat?
I mean, I could have scripted it better. It happened during a Bulls game. I was like the only one on the internet to screenshot it. It's just a classic case of you have to stay in your lane. Like, I don't tweet out about, like, numbers and stuff. Ravel shouldn't try to tweet out, like, mean-spirited jokes. It was a funny tweet, too. And that's the funniest part, is, like, the Stoolies are hammering him because that's what we're doing. But it was a funny joke, and Ravel shouldn't be suspended, but it's hilarious that he is.
KFC?
Knowing that it's just eating Ravel's soul that he can't tweet is bringing me so much joy. It's like asking Picasso not to paint or like Shakespeare not to write. You know, he's just sitting in front of his computer thinking about all the tweets he could be sending, like crying by himself. It's poetic justice. It's perfect.
I didn't even know like he was a full-time ESPN employee. I didn't know anybody was capable of suspending him from Twitter. So that was kind of surprising to me. And it was a funny tweet, but he's not a funny guy, or maybe he is a funny guy. It's tough to tell with that tweet.
It's a stay-in-your-lane situation. He's not a funny guy. I can guarantee that.
Well, then where did that tweet come from?
Because someone else tweeted at him, and he kind of, like, adapted it. Someone tweeted it was like, hey, look at this fat guy sitting courtside. You know, what do you think it costs for 2 seats? And then he was like, cost for 2 seats tonight at the Bulls game. So he just got caught. Like, he was trying to make a little bit of a joke, and, like, you just need to stay in your lane, Ravel. Don't try to make jokes. Don't try to be like the funny guy. Just tweet numbers and be an annoying little squid.
I like, too, how they're acting like he tweeted about, like, a murder victim or something. It's just a fat guy. It's kind of overboard, the reaction.
He knows he's fat, too. Like, everyone, he knows he's fat. He's had 2 seats.
How can you not? He was literally in 2 seats. Next up, Lindsay Lohan says that Jennifer Lawrence basically... I don't even know what this is in reference to, that she fucked her way to the top. Like, if it was up to her, you know, she doesn't want to be successful like that because she's not willing to fuck for roles. KFC, what do you got on Lohan here?
It's a little bit hypocritical, I think, for Lindsay Lohan to be talking about fucking your way to the top and fucking too many dudes. But I think Jennifer Lawrence is the biggest phony out there, so I'm Team Lohan on this one. I'm happy someone's calling her out on her bullshit.
Dan?
This just means Lindsay Lohan's not a good fuck, right? Because didn't she try to fuck her way to the top, and she's in the gutter? So that means she's not good at having sex, and Jennifer Lawrence is. So sounds like she's really bitter about it.
I don't know if that's what it means. It sounds like what she's saying is she has sex for the love of the game. Like she has fucked everybody, but she does that because she is a whore, as opposed to she's trying to get a role in a movie. That's what it sounds like to me. Either way, it's a lie because she clearly would fuck for a role in a movie. But I do believe the Jennifer Lawrence stuff. I think she's a little too, oh, I'm the cool girl. I've always said that about her. I don't know why, Hank, you stand behind the camera so I can't read the subjects, but thank you. Next up, we got, this is a big day for all our favorites, the Shefter Marathon story that he told on ESPN is maybe the biggest hardo story I've ever heard, not only for the marathon, but anybody talking about anything that they've ever done in their life.
3rd mile in, started cramping up. 6th mile in, feels like there's aliens coming out of my calves. By the 9th mile, and I never had this happen in my life, I could no longer raise my arms as I was trying to run because they were so cramped up.
Rigor, yeah.
I willed myself to finish. The next day, I'm flying back to my house in Denver, got on the plane, and I would rather have run another marathon. I literally rolled around on the floor of the plane for 3 hours. When we landed in Denver, they had an ambulance come take me away in a stretcher, rushed me to the hospital. Turned out I had rhabdomyolysis, where your muscle fibers break down and release something into your bloodstream. Could damage your kidneys, could be potentially fatal, could leave you on dialysis, spend a few days in the hospital. But Pat Bolin did write a $1,000 check to Children's Hospital in my name.
Again, this is one of your boys, Big Cat. What do you got on this story?
I sat there and watched the video with my jaw on the ground. He just kept on going. It was on and on and on. My personal favorite highlight was when he mimicked not being able to move his arms. He's like, you can't move your arms. I was like this. And the poor anchor, who's a no-name, who, like, you know, he's got the 2 o'clock slot on a Tuesday, is just standing there having to watch it all and pretend it's interesting. Unbelievable. Maybe my favorite video of the year.
KFC?
I mean, he went through his wardrobe, the weather, his flight afterwards. It kept going and going. And the best part was his struggles started at the 3 mile mark. I mean, I'm no marathon runner, but dude was out of gas at 3 miles in. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, and even the end, when he's trying to make it sound like he's such this hero and humanitarian because Pat Bolin donated $1,000 to cancer. The guy who owns the Broncos gave $1,000. Is that even a penny? In like real person terms, is that a penny? And he was literally just like, I pretty much cured cancer through persevering through this marathon. Just an unbelievable story. And the ambulance on the tarmac, the works. Sad Thunder fans, this gif, I don't know what you can say about it, but it's gold. The Thunder losing last night, and these 2 Oklahoma fans just devastated by the Game 2 loss. KFC, what do you got?
I almost get the impression they're still sitting there, like, right now, 12 hours later. Oklahoma City, like, they have nothing except the Thunder. They love the Thunder so much. Durant had the 4-point play. That game was so awesome. And then to have it taken away, I think those two are still sitting there crying in the arena right this moment.
Big Cat?
Mesmerizing gift. And I was trying to figure out why. It's all the little tickle, scratch of the arm. I have no words for it. I mean, he's just sitting there, like, tickling his girlfriend's arm in pure sadness. I could watch it forever.
Yeah, the only thing I think of when I think of the Thunder now will be these people, and for some reason tucked in T-shirts into pants. I feel like that is a big-time move. That has always been a move of the Thunder playoffs, but this will go right up there. Last story of the day, the Kenyan police are basically... They've decided that they're going to train everybody on roller skates, and we're not talking even like rollerblades. It looks like the 4-wheel kind. And this is their new way to stop crime in Kenya. Big Cat, what do you got on the Kenyan rollerblade police force?
Two things. One is, if you get caught by a cop on rollerblades, you have to quit crime forever. There can't be anything more emasculating than that. And the second thing is, they're like, oh yeah, everyone in Kenya rollerblades. It's like walking in Kenya. And they showed, like, all these people rollerblading. So how the fuck are the cops going to catch them if they're on rollerblades as well? Like, wouldn't you get a motorcycle to catch the rollerblader? I don't even know.
KFC?
Is there no, like, grass or flights of stairs? Like, there's an easy way to go inside somewhere. There's a real easy way to get around people chasing you on rollerblades. I don't think Kenya thought this one through. And there's a lot bigger problems in Kenya. I think we also had a video of leopards jumping out of a goddamn ceiling in Africa. I think there's a lot worse shit going on than crime fighting with rollerblades.
Yeah, and I'm glad you brought that up because we're not done. We actually, my producer forgot to write that on the screen. But the last story of the day is actually what you just referenced, the leopard in India jumping through a roof and attacking people. I don't know if this is new or old. This happens every 3 weeks. There's a leopard, like, scalping somebody in India. But this was a great video. Big Cat, what do you got?
Here's where Kenya is ahead of the game. Because all these people getting chased by a leopard, they need rollerblades. You can get away from a leopard if you're on rollerblades. They're all just standing there like idiots getting attacked by a leopard. Get them some rollerblades.
KFC?
The video is very confusing. Everyone's standing on top of a roof. I don't understand where the leopard's coming out of the roof. I don't understand any of it. It's just like reason 2,500,000 why I'm never going to India.
And as I said, this is every 3 weeks there's a leopard attack. It's very confusing. The leopard is confused. The people are confused. And why I love these videos is, without fail, the Indian people, it becomes like a circus. Like you said, clown music playing. They just start running every which way, banging sticks. They don't know whether to run away or to chase the leopard. And then we have the picture of the website. It's not funny. Like, you shouldn't theoretically laugh at a guy who's been scalped by the leopard. But that picture is an all-timer where the leopard, I mean, he just took his head off. He just scalped the guy. So good for the leopard. The leopard's, you see the picture of his eyes. He's scared out of his mind. He just wants to go home. So I root for the animal in that case. If you get scalped, that's on you. How is a leopard coming out of a ceiling? I don't know. But that, like you said, fuck India. I mean, Jesus Christ. Just let the leopards go in the woods and you won't get scalped. That's the show. Peace.
I look miserable. My dad actually fucking... My dad, of all people, called me fat the other day. Like, he didn't do it in, like, a funny way. Like, you need to lose weight. And I was like, no, I didn't. My father's 5'6", and just, like, a pear bowling ball. I mean, he's disgusting looking. And he was honestly saying he looked better than I did. And I was just like, you're crazy. I thought I looked as bad as I've ever looked on the AOL. I was depressed watching it back.
Where's the camera? Is the camera looking up at you?
What?
Is the camera eye level to you, or is it?
I don't know, but I looked like I had like love handles and muffins, and I was
I think you got an upwards angle going, and that's not good for anybody.
Well,
with the camera.
Yeah. I also think you probably have a different perception of your own body image.
Well, no, I mean, I've
So when it came on AOL, you were just shocked. Like, you looked exactly the same to me as you have every day.
No.
Yeah.
No, dude, you miraculously changed overnight, bro.
All of a sudden, you gained 25 pounds in your love handles.
I look soft. I look doughy.
What you're saying, though, is you were, like, rock hard a month ago.
Maybe it was the T-shirt. I don't know what was going on.
I will agree with that. If you wear the wrong T-shirt, everything can fall apart. I agree with that.
I wore what did I don't even remember what I wore yesterday. But it was bad. It was bad. And it was the combo of, like, my dad the day before being like, you gotta lose weight. I can't express to you, like, my dad's just, who does my dad, I mean, when my dad is saying you don't look good and honestly being like, I'm in better shape than you, that's as big an insult as anybody can give a human being.
I can see how rattled you are. It's still in your brain.
There's nobody else except him who could, he didn't say it to be mean. He's like, you gotta lose weight, you don't look good. And I was like, you're saying that? He's like, no, I look better than you. I was like, are we really having this conversation right now? I mean, you're maybe the weirdest looking body shape going. So I gotta make some changes.